Horatius at the bridge. Once there was a war between the Roman people and the Etruscans, who lived in the towns on the other side of the Tiber River. Porsenna, the king of the Etruscans, had a great army and marched towards Rome with its huge walls and guards. The city had never been in such great danger. The Romans did not have very many fighting men at that time, and they knew that they were not strong enough to defeat the Etruscans in a battle. So they stayed inside the city walls and set guards to watch the roads. One morning the guards saw the Porsenna army coming over the hills from the north. There were thousands of horsemen and footmen, and they were marching straight towards Rome. "What shall we do?" said the white-haired fathers, who made the laws for the Roman people. "If they get to the bridge, we cannot stop them from crossing. And then what hope will there be for the town?" Now, among the guards at the bridge, there was a brave man named Horatius. When he saw that the Etruscans were near, he called out to the Romans who were behind him. "Cut down the bridge as quickly as you can," he shouted. "I, with the 2 men who stand by me, will protect you." Then, with their shields and their long spears in their hands, the 3 brave men stood in the road and kept back the horsemen who Porsenna had sent to take the bridge. On the bridge, the Romans cut at the beams and posts. Their axes rang, the chips flew fast, and soon it trembled and was ready to fall. come back, and save your lives," they shouted to Horatius and the 2 other guards. But just then Porsenna's horsemen dashed toward them again. "Run for your lives," said Horatius to his friends. "I will keep the road." They turned and ran back across the bridge. They had just reached the other side when there was a crashing of wooden beams. The bridge fell over to one side and then fell with a great splash into the water. When Horatius heard the sound, he knew that the city was safe. He moved slowly backwards until he stood on the river's bank. One of Porsenna's soldiers threw a spear which hit him in the eye, but he did not stop. He threw his spear at the horseman, and then he turned quickly around. He saw the white porch of his own home among the trees on the other side of the stream. He leapt into the deep, swift stream. He still had his heavy armour on, and when he sank out of sight, no one thought that he would ever be seen again. But he was a strong man, and the best swimmer in Rome. The next minute he rose. He was halfway across the river and safe from the spears which Porsenna's soldiers were throwing at him. Soon he reached the other side, where his friends stood ready to help him. Shout after shout greeted him as he climbed upon the bank. Then Porsenna's men shouted too, because they had never seen a man so selfless and strong as Horatius. They were defeated, but Horatius had been so brave that they could not help but praise him. The Romans were very grateful to Horatius for saving their city. They called him Horatius Cocles, which meant the one-eyed Horatius, because he had lost an eye defending the bridge. They made a statue of brass to honour him, and they gave him as much land as he could plough in a day.